Nailed it. Transition, just beautiful.
Look at that.
Bong bong. Wow.
Outfit change in the meantime, go from one thing to the other.
Look at that. Brilliant. Of course, got the vintage. Shouts out to Kuya on Twitter and on Reddit. The guy who made this design here, I don't know if this is if you're using old Reddit, the old Reddit, you will see this graphic that was designed by Kuya Sythe, who is Kuya Cipher. What it is. I've been saying it wrong for all these years. But he did all the design work for r/rap battles in the beginning for free. And he was one of the original people. What's up? What's up, Nate? Young Sosa. Thanks for jumping in the AMA. So great start. Let's just start the show. Welcome to the Bodycast. Bong bong.
Bong bong.
The official podcast for the subreddit r/rap battles. I'm Copasetic. With me today, as always,
Pathogenic.
And r/rap battles. It's the largest online forum for the international culture of battle rap. You can find us on Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, and the official Discord server in the links below. It's the only place for fans to go for battle rap news from around the globe. I almost fucked that up. I pulled it out because we're pros. We're pros over here.
That we are.
Yeah, and that's what the people appreciate about us, and that's why they watch. And we're grateful for you viewers and listeners at home, tuning in because this is what you come for. Expert opinions, my expert opinion, and Pat's expert opinion. We're just we create a very high level, very professional mastery in the culture of battle rap, and we share that with the fans of the show who also are operating on that high level. I don't know. I'm having trouble explaining it.
That's fine now. I would guess when it comes to the fans, they are just overall better. There's 7 billion plus people on this planet, and the fans of our Bodycast show are better than all 7 billion of them.
They're the best.
That's so crazy.
They're the top.
What are the chances?
Yeah, really great people that you can find in the culture. Like Nate. Nate's the best. You get put into Bodycast. Let's go.
You could definitely do that.
What a great show we have for you. But before we get started, if you really want to experience it to the fullest, then and all of our regular subscribers know that the best way is to grab your glass, your mug, and your wine, spirits, or beers. Join us now for the community cheers. Cheers. Wow.
That old tap water really has some legs.
You know what? Tap water, schmap water. It's the community cheers that makes it shine. It doesn't matter what you're drinking.
Chrome and Trevy knew we were here, and they still missed out on the community cheers. Those fucking guys.
Oh man, those guys. We're gonna kick them out of the community. What's going on? This is the second time we've had them on the show. Chrome and Trevy, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate you guys. I know we didn't have you on the first show, but appreciate you jumping on this time.
That might pop on. Who knows?
To talk about French battle rap and the real shit over there in the east coast of Canada. It's a big old province, known to some as Quebec, and they've got a battle rap league out there, and it is amazing. It probably gets a lot less press because they're rapping in French. It's the way it is.
And I will say they're mixing both French and English in some battles.
Sure.
They do have both that happen on specific events, which is really cool to see. Because then you get the thing about being in a multilingual province is that when you're bringing people together to watch a form of entertainment, if you can provide a platform for both of the demographics, both the language ones, opens up your fan base really crazy.
Huge. So. Totally. Once France starts getting a battle rap league,
I think they have one.
right? Algeria, step your game up. Let's go, Algeria. There are other French-speaking places, right? Vietnam, is Vietnam French-speaking? A little bit.
This is the Bodycast. This is not the Rosetta Stone cast, so I have no clue.
Okay. But yeah, great guys and a great league out there called Domain Source. Definitely check them out. And that might be the end of our discussing Domain Source for the next little bit, anyways. But yeah, I mean, the battle rap culture goes on, and the world turns, and it happens everywhere. So, what's going on with you, Path? How's your week been?
Week's been really good. Yesterday, I had a physiotherapy appointment. It was my last one that was getting double checked to make sure that I was on the straight and narrow, and I passed it with flying colors. I'm back to being a normal dude again.
Amazing.
Regular guy with no remnants of the accident whatsoever. So,
except you're stronger now. I like to think that. I like to think that
you,
right? Like if you got hit by a train again, like maybe a couple days. Maybe
I got hit by a train again, the train would be in ICU at this point in time.
Let's go.
Yeah, no, I'm like my week overall has been really good. Yeah. Second week at my new job, and it's going really well. And then health wise, everything's going good, and yeah, can't complain. What about you?
Great. Battle rap goes on. We've had a card announced here now fully for the league here in Vancouver, BC, in Canada. The Set the Bar League is only a couple years old. I think a couple years old, just right before the pandemic started. And they, yeah, for real, Pat, you fucking bully.
Yeah, my bad.
And that's really cool. It's really neat theme for the card here for Set the Bar, where you're taking the vets versus the newcomers, and you can split that up however you want. Really, I mean, like, am I a vet? Am I a newcomer? For this card, I'm a newcomer apparently, but I'm pretty much. I think I've been battling for more than. I don't know, a lot of guys. They brought a lot of guys out of retirement, which is really dope. I know that we were cooking in Ground Zero, 4 or 5 years ago. More than that, maybe even more than that. And a lot of those guys just retired, or just by the wayside, as they do in battle rap. You sort of have a revolving door. Guys come and guys go. But I brought some interesting names back for this card. Higher Knowledge, HK, who battled Megadeth, and Rupert Common, the guys who are known for being here in Vancouver. He was really a big part of that, establishing that that personality and that culture here in Vancouver, and really cool to see him back. And Wildcard, who I don't know if people know, he changed his name to Mike Wild for his music, but Wildcard is one of the best battlers I think that we've ever had here. So natural with it, and he had an incredible run. He was doing stuff way before everybody else was with the bars and the delivery and the cadence. He was really writing on another level. He had a battle with Stewie Newton that was supposed to headline our card many years ago, and I was co-main event for that one, and versus Stevie P. And Stewie no-showed. He didn't get his papers in time and didn't cross over. And I feel like that was one of the ones where he was like, maybe this isn't for me. You know how like a no-show can really dissuade a battler for wanting to participate in the culture? Is that something you recognize?
It's something I recognize, that I can see, and I know for a fact that that's happened before, even in the Vancouver scene. If you want to talk about Jaws.
Jaws is a good example.
On a very high trajectory, had his first main page King of the Dot drop against Ellipsis.
Great battle.
And was going to continue forward with that sort of momentum that he had and battle Shoddy P on a big King of the Dot card. Actually, my first card that I was on for King of the Dot. And Shoddy P got no-showed him.
Yeah, shouts out to Shoddy P. For real. That battle or that event was fraught with no shows, which was heartbreaking as a promoter when like 30%,
especially with it being called heart to heart. So it broke 2 hearts.
It was fucking ruthless. But Shoddy P had, I think he had family emergency issues, and so totally understandable. Obviously, there's no fault there. But yeah, it hurt Jaws, I'm sure, and him wondering, why am I coming out here all the time for this sort of stuff, and that sucks. I think Stewie Newton versus Wildcard would have been an amazing battle, and would have really helped Wildcard, get bigger looks elsewhere, because he is extremely talented. So happy to see him back.
Really exciting.
Definitely the questions around this card were: where's Pigsty? Where's DDSS? Where's Apiola? Where's Ramen? Where's Dext One? Also very, very talented. And so, yeah, it was a question mark going into these announcements, and I think they did a good job. Nate asks, is DDSS ever going to step back in? I've talked to DDSS and Pigsty, having run the Vancouver division for a couple of years. I was very keen on bringing these guys out and sort of getting a sense on how they were feeling about Battlerap. And I think it speaks to a lot about what Lush was talking about too. When we just finished the AMA, go watch that. That's going to be on the YouTube channel with Lush One, and it's the inordinate amount of effort and time and creative ability that battlers put into the culture. It's I would say extremely rare that they are compensated fairly. I would say 95% of the time, battlers are doing this for just the passion, just out of their heart. And if something else makes them more passionate, there's nothing you can do about that. DDSS, he's incredibly talented. I know that he is, going to be top tier Vancouver for forever, and legendary, and having the GZ chain and all the work that he did for us. But I also know that battling for him was very difficult. It's something that took a lot out of him, and he didn't like the extra shit that comes with it. Like, I was angling for the DZ chain, and I did like a promo run where I was like calling him out and like creating a bunch of memes and stuff like that. And it's just like extra. He didn't want to deal with any of that shit. And like, I get that too. And sometimes you just want to show up and rap. And speaking of guys who show up and rap, let's bring on from the East Coast of Canada, the homie. What's up, Chief?
Yo, I'm just driving. You tell me. Is it trash? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's trash, man.
We can hear you, but it's trash.
It's garbage. And you should drive. Like, I don't want to be filming you getting into a fucking car accident. I think that would be bad for me.
No, it's okay. I've been driving with fucking shit all in my car, and now my car's empty, so it's like you're filling the void that was, that was there.
That's heartening, really.
On God, bro, if you get into an accident with a train right now, I'm gonna be so angry.
No, bro. Pay attention to the road when I'm driving.
Sure. Unbelievable. Do you want to call us back when you get situated, or where you at?
Yeah. So I'll be home in like 15 minutes, and I can join back on that show.
Okay, sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
All right,
bro. All right. Okay. I don't know why I let him on.
Hilarious.
Yeah, very dangerous. Let's never do that. So I mean, DDSS, the door is open anytime he wants to come back. And I think it's with Pigsty as well. It's got to be something from their end that they want to do. And if they don't want to do it, there's really no amount of cajoling or arm twisting that will make it happen.
And it's one of those things where, do you want a performance out of somebody that you had to twist their arm to do anyway?
Yeah,
that's always the tough thing, especially from a promoter standpoint, is if they're not wanting to step back in the ring, then you're going to end up getting a performance that says that. And then what's the point? Because they're going to have a bad time. They're not going to want to do it again.
Fuck it. Yeah.
So
That's the biggest thing.
Definitely watch Pigsty's Bad Bars show that he has on Twitch. It's hilarious, and he always has tons of great guests on there, from Dunch to Big K to. It's really funny.
Yeah, it's cool to see him still participating in the culture for sure, and not completely abandoning us.
Even if it is just making fun of people who are bad at it.
I've been on that show, and Pigsty does a lot of work with Ruin Your Day as well, to try and give battlers from the Pacific Northwest a little bit of spotlight, and we appreciate that too. We have had a long history. We've got in BC here, we've got a lot of guys who were, we were talking about in the AMA as well, talking about Aspire and even Emotions, who I saw last night, was hanging out with him at a show. And, these are people who were there at the beginning. Like, this is not even like, the beginning of Vancouver shit. No, this is like Scribble Jam, like WRCs, Vancouver's had people there. And I think that, if it weren't for Aspire, we may never have had a Vancouver division at all for King of the Dot. He really brought King of the Dot to this city, and Emotions kept it going and grew it into what it is, as well as Sparka and the whole community. So long history, and I think it's a good card. Check them out. Set the Bar Entertainment. Set the Bar on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. You can see the full card there. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it's great to see the Northwest back into it.
Yeah, really, really exciting to see the Arrows card. It'll be cool.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun. But in other news, not Canadian news, what do we got? UM5 happened last weekend.
Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about.
Let's just go.
So, let's see, another Ultimate Madness tournament where we talked about it on the show. Was it?
He said Red was going to win.
Yeah.
He's like 0-7 on the app.
Yeah, yikes. As Danny Myers says.
Well, took a little gamble. Roll the dice. If he beats JC, we look like geniuses. We look right. Okay.
Yeah, facts. With that being said, though, Geechee eliminated in the first round by True Foe.
Yes. Very controversial.
It's slightly controversial, but the biggest controversy that I saw from it, and this is something that I kind of wanted to bring up on here too, was that upon winning, almost immediately, Nunu Nels was sort of downgrading the monumental thing that just happened, that True Foe just had a judge decision win over Geechee in a tournament that was suspected to be him and Rum again in the finals. And to me, it was kind of baffling to see, because you're going to take away from the credibility of the biggest achievement that True Foe has had in Battlerap. Yeah, he's a Midnight Madness champ and he defended his belt, but that's not what this is about. This is about beating arguably one of the best to ever do it, 3-time Champion of the Year winner
in his prime,
literally. And so it kind of upset me watching it as a battler as well. The last thing I would want to do is win and have somebody try and downgrade that afterwards.
That was weird.
It was very strange,
right? We see the battle, and it's like a two-sided affair. Words are exchanged. We qualify them, we quantify them, and then you cut over to Nunu, and it's politics, and suddenly it's like shit that we don't know about, and just looks sort of, I don't know, it's very off-putting. I think you nailed it.
Yeah, it was definitely weird. It was a change of, and I know that the culture hates the word narrative and painting it and that sort of idea, but this wasn't so much painting a narrative as it was completely changing it and shifting it to the agenda that Nunu wanted at the time, which I don't think that something like that is okay.
Yeah, I wonder if she got flack for that, like from management, from higher up, or if they consider it, hey, you've added another layer of discussion about this battle, which is,
who knows? But with that being said, something else that we should talk about is the reason why Geechee and Truffaut were even on the second day to begin with, which I don't know if this was the complete reason, but it did get moved because it was a 2-day event, and it got moved to the next day because on the first day they had absolutely terrible stream issues.
oh damn.
The event was supposed to start, I can't remember the exact time, but it didn't start for 2 hours after the scheduled time that it was supposed to. And then it did start. And then they had one battle happen. They had the start of Head Ice and Shuni happen.
Yikes.
Shuni gets her first round complete. Down it goes again. And it was down for another 30, 45 minute period. And then they brought it back and started it with Head Ice's first round, which is very weird for me to see that happen, where you have this obvious issue and that first round is completely void from Shuni now. Nobody's going to remember that. 45 minutes later, nobody's going to be debating whether or not she won the first, because can you remember it?
Yeah, that's super weird. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you can only control so much, but as a promoter and as the event organizer, you have to control fairness as much as possible. And that seems like, what the fuck?
100%. Ultimately,
madness.
pun intended. Ultimately, it was madness. And lots went wrong across both days. There was so much. I mean, from Twerk having to go to prison,
Sure.
and not ending up being able to battle real name Brandon. Rum Nitty steps in. He's going to do that battle. I don't know what everyone else felt about it. Obviously, Rum was crazy. But when he finished his first round and they went, that's the battle, I was very confused by that. I knew that it would have been shitty had it gone 3 rounds, but I didn't expect it to be a 1-rounder in a tournament. That just seems odd. And it's better than just pushing real name through and getting a bye. You still get to see something happen, but it was not what I expected. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that were watching it that were kind of meh on the idea of it.
Yeah, it's it feels like they're problem solving a lot on the fly, and maybe some of the decisions they made are just being forced upon them. I don't know. Having been a part of some pay-per-views and some big shows like that, sometimes you just get hit with a bunch of shit and you've got to find a way to navigate. But you've got to maintain the integrity of the competition, especially in a tournament setting, as
100%.
much as you can.
And additionally, and this is me thinking about what this could be because of, and obviously I have no knowledge to prove what I'm claiming or not, but it does seem like caffeine is in the ear moving into a certain direction. This is what you should do. You should do this. We had a lot of success with the last Ultimate Madness that had Geechee and Rum on opposite sides. So who better to replace Twerk? Put Nitty in there. And we might end up seeing them in the finals again. And that got us a lot of people watching. So we want that. And so maybe that's why that happens.
Yeah, there's a bunch of speculation, I'm sure, about what kind of an effect or influence caffeine is having on the URL, who I'm sure have a staff that's, wildly experienced with handling these sort of things. Like, it's legitimately one of the longest running battle rap leagues, and I'm sure staff. But yeah, it definitely feels like there's some rookie mistakes being made. Like the question is, can you throw a live streaming battle rap event? And that question has been answered like almost 10 years ago. Like, what are we doing here? Like, we shouldn't be having these problems at this stage in the evolution of the culture.
And the issue with the stream going down was that it was very, very hot in Atlanta, and there was a lot of people there. And to my understanding, lots of events have happened in Atlanta, and it is always really hot in Atlanta, and there's always been a lot of people there, and those issues haven't happened. So it's one of those pick the easiest excuse and let's throw it out there and see who believes it type situations. And obviously, I don't want this to be a let's just shit on URL Bodycast episode, but there's a lot of stuff going on, especially with this tournament, that just is really, really unforgivable. Even to having the battlers only prepare for 2 weeks. They've only been known about this for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, it feels like they're flying by the seat of their pants. It feels like they're making shit up as they go. It doesn't feel
100%.
like, when we had Lush on the AMA, he's talking about the year in advance that they took in planning their things. And this feels like, we got 2 weeks. Who can we get?
Yeah, it really does seem like that. It seems as if Caffeine is saying, hey, here's the schedule. This is what we're doing. And once an event finishes, that's when they start to plan for the next one. They're not, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like there's any planning. And the judges everything about this event had some issue with it.
I think, and I want to speak to this too, because the judges is obviously a hot button issue in any judge setting. That's always going to be a thing because it's a subjective art and everybody evaluates things differently. But there were a lot of strict guidelines and rules that we had in place for our judges for the King of the Dots season 1 because we had to minimize any appearance of, bias or impropriety, anything that would give way to legitimate criticism from the fans. And like having Calico, like reading his phone, like, are those notes? Is he seeing what people are saying to him on Twitter? It was pretty wild. And you can be influenced in so many different ways. Our judges it's just the stream. You're not allowed to look at the chat. And you just message me directly with your decision. It was very secretive, and you weren't allowed outside influences. And this seems very freewheeling. And maybe, I don't know. What was your opinion of the judges?
My opinion was that it brought a lot of issues that people have been bringing up for a long time now to light, where it's a situation of, if the judges don't vote for who the fans think won, then it's a robbery. But sometimes it is, and the fans do get it right. And then additionally to that, having judges that have done good in the past, guys like Chilla, who in the last Ultimate Madness, and the judges for the previous tournament were great. People wanted to see battlers being the judges because they know the craft, without realizing that battlers also have biasy to each other in the culture itself.
Totally.
There is a ton of issues when it comes to somebody not paying attention and being on their phone and just listening to what's happening.
Yeah.
If I'm looking at my phone and I clue in halfway through a round, well, now that's half a round that I missed that could have changed what my decision was.
Or you get a text and you're like, this round is crazy. And it was a round you weren't feeling. And all of a sudden you're like, well, maybe it was tied after 2.
Yep.
There's so much, I would do back to the King of the Dot stuff. I would see a clear winner, in my opinion, and just this influx of, oh wow, I can't believe that guy got bodied. And it's like, wow, it's so subjective. You really have to rely on the judges' interpretations. They're honest, unbiased interpretations. And like you said, they're going to be a little biased. And then you account for that by including a fan vote, by including more judges so that it's more balanced. So You can mitigate some of those hard biases, like you were saying.
And the other thing that was, and this is what was going back to what you said, the flying by the seat of their pants thing, the day one happens, Nun gets robbed in his Sheet Happens battle. And then everyone shits on the judging decisions the entire day. So then the next day, Calico goes up to give his first judge decision afterwards and goes, y'all were saying that I was on my phone. Well, I was on my phone again, but I was taking notes. And all he did was just read off bars. So you've got a situation where a guy basically at the end said, what's your decision? And he went, yeah, this guy, because I liked him better. And then you've got the next day that comes up and he says, yeah, this guy, because I liked him better. And here's some bars that he said.
Here's some bars.
And it doesn't really bring the full picture into it. You're again looking at only one thing. You're only looking at what was said. There was no performance aspect. There was no control of the crowd. It
felt like a mess. Felt like a mess.
Off.
So here to join us about this this discussion of the mess is the young master Trevy. There he is.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey, look at that.
Block party.
That's a wild car you got there.
Yeah, bro, my car, it's big. It's a big body, bro.
Oh, damn.
Let's go.
So, Trevy, what's good? What's good with you, man?
I don't know. I miss you guys. How are you, man? I'm fucking all kinds of shit's popping off with me. I started a new career. Fucking
let's go.
Haven't been battled in like I haven't battled since I battled Raiden
Black.
Oh, in the sock gate.
Yeah, the sock. Yeah, the sock was my last opponent, actually. Yeah.
Wow, body bag. For people who don't know, Machete Trevy is a battler who's battled on many leagues. King of the Dot.
Mainly King of the Dot and DMS.
You were on Beast Mode once, weren't you?
No, I've never been on Beast Mode. I battle mainly King of the Dot DMS, and if you want me to battle off either of those leagues, it costs a lot of money.
Lots of money.
Yeah. So you've seen me on other leagues, but it's because I was getting lots of money.
For real. Battled big names like Don Marino and Matt Hoffa and beat them both handily.
Franchise
as well.
Lex Luthor, Marv One.
Really?
It was actually Don Dallas at the time. It was
he was Don Dallas.
Same.
Peasant pennies.
But yeah, very established battle rapper who was also from r/rap battles. I remember when you were on there, and then you just jumped in the ring and you started smoking people, and they were like, the nerds couldn't handle it.
They hate me so much.
I want to be a battler, and he just does it. I don't want to.
Bro, they hate me so much in there. I can't even post anymore.
Great. Yeah. Me neither. I get downvoted to shit.
Anyway, yeah, fuck it. Whatever.
Shout out to the subscribers. They're not watching this. But yeah, and then most recently you've been working with Domain Source, which is a large hip hop promotion company in Quebec. Right? Can you give us some sort of background on DMS and what's that?
DMS is really just Feezy. Big shout out to Feezy. He's a pioneer in Montreal, basically in everything hip hop. Like basically, I don't know if you guys are up to date with any French rap, but like there's a guy from Montreal called Enima, and he's like millions of views on every song. Like he's very, very famous. He's famous in Europe too. Feezy was the first one to discover him.
Oh shit!
And put him on and interview him and take his pictures. And like Feezy's really a pioneer in Montreal in terms of discovering artists that are street dudes, and then giving them a platform to basically showcase their talents in a productive way. And get out the streets and Feezy's really the man for that. On top of that, he started the Battle League here, DMS Battle Ring. He put Chrome on, he put me on. Like if it wasn't for him, I would have none of those opportunities that you were talking about. I would be on King of the Dot. I wouldn't have battled Math. I wouldn't have battled, that's all Feezy putting on for the city. And he does fucking radio shows every week. He does fucking interviews every week. He does, promotion for artists. He rents trucks and has rap videos playing. Like when there's a big event in Montreal, like F1, you can put your video on this truck. Like it's like a video truck and it plays your tracks like to the city, when it's bumping. So he does all kinds of promo.
Amazing.
He's basically just a pioneer in Montreal, man. And everyone respects Feezy. Like every single rapper has respect for Feezy. Every neighborhood, doesn't matter how street you are. You have respect for Feezy. His name holds weight, So I'm very proud to have him as a mentor and as a partner and doing the podcast with him. Like I'm forever grateful for my friendship with Feezy, because he really believes in me, and always pushes me the extra mile. And admittedly, I'm kind of like a lazier guy when it comes to getting my fucking socks on and rapping, and Feezy really tries to push me to fucking rap. So shout out to Feezy, man. That's DMS. DMS is really just the streets in Montreal, basically.
He's lazy getting his socks on to rap, but he's not lazy rapping against socks.
It's the facts.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, no, it's actually really interesting, because I remember I was on set and I was talking to this guy. I was like, "Where are you from?" Quebec, and I'm like, "Oh, he's from Quebec," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I got some friends who battle rap out there." He's like, "Oh, you know Feezy?"
Right away, huh?
Right away, first thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
It's funny because he like it's weird. Like it's almost like he doesn't get his just dues yet. It's gonna take a while, and then he's gonna really get his dues. But Feezy deserves hats off, man, for what he's doing in the city.
That's dope. The last event that you guys just had, very successful. You and Chrome did not battle.
Not even.
Am I right?
Back outside was the name of the event.
Right. And first post-pandemic battle rap event for Montreal.
We did events during the pandemic. We did like a little tournament with no crowd, but for real event with a crowd back at the Belmont, which is our big venue. That was the first one back.
Yeah, and
it was sick, bro.
Looks like from all the footage and all the promo, it looks like it was wildly successful. Probably more successful than any event that we've had here on the West Coast.
Feezy's a genius, right? So he books. He doesn't just book battles. He books like an entire night of entertainment. So like a DMS event is really more than just battles. Like whenever I go to like Beast Mode or King of the Dot or out west, anywhere really, every fucking battle event I've ever been to is battles, nothing outside, smoking, half an hour, and then one battle, and then on a repeat, right? Whereas at DMS, like in between battles, there's performances, there's like comedy, stand-up, fucking dancing, whatever the fuck, beat battles, and all kinds of shit, beatboxing, like, you know what I mean? He tries to turn it into a full night event, but this time he switched it. He kind of put the battles first. So from like 7 till 10 there was battles, and then from 10 till whatever 3 a.m. there was performances. So what ended up happening was the performances sold many tickets. And so all their people came, and there was just so many people that weren't even necessarily there for battle rap, but it just filled up the whole venue, and like it was crazy, So that's the key to getting more people, right? Is more local artists doing shows. They bring that crowd. That crowd sees battles, they like it. Either they can't understand it and they get violent, or you know what I mean? Like it kind of goes like, it's sick though.
To get violent.
Well, like
it's Montreal.
Rap, like if you're not part of battle, let's say you're a street guy and you go to a battle event and it's your first ever battle event and people are rapping street shit at each other. Well, bro, it just creates that ambiance of like tension, like if you're not used to it, you might take it personally or whatever. Like some people get personal with it, but there was no violence at the event. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying like the energy in DMS is like, usually it's like shit could pop off at any time kind of thing. And like shit has popped off, but this was a good event. Nice, clean fun, wholesome fun.
Amazing.
PG event, this one.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Honestly, Feezy's like another thing about Feezy is he could have people from like different gangs and different hoods and there's beef, but when they go to DMS, they put that shit aside and just enjoy the night, which is like, who else is doing that in their city? I'm sure like there's some, but shout out to Feezy for that one.
Yeah, that's incredible. The other thing that Feezy's doing, which Trevy was talking about, is the Glock Party podcast, which we will link to in the description here.
Thank you.
How did you? What was the impetus behind this? You guys are just like, let's fucking start a podcast. You and
the catalyst.
Yeah.
So me. Bye, baby. I love you. Have a good day. Sorry. No, the catalyst was me and Chrome have been talking about it forever, but we're both pieces of shit, so we never did nothing. And then, you know, because when me and Chrome chill, we always talk shit. And like somehow, like on the podcast, we don't talk shit to each other. Like we started the podcast to talk shit, you know, but we just agree with each other on the podcast. So we're gonna have more fucking discussions where we talk shit. But basically, Feezy kind of took hold of the situation and was like, "Yeah, you guys, like, you should do a podcast, but you're fucking loafing." So I bought all the shit, and now you owe me money. And then, so like, he just bought all the shit. He was like, "I'm not waiting for you guys anymore. I bought all the shit. You owe me money." So we paid him. And then he's basically the one like doing all the work on the computer, editing, uploading, all that shit, because we don't really do that shit. And so shout out again to Feezy for putting in all the work behind the Glock Party podcast.
Damn.
We just show up and fucking talk, and then he does all the editing and everything. So shout out to Feezy once again, man. Like I'm telling you, Feezy's the GOAT, bro.
Yeah. I think it's inspiring when you have somebody who's like that and you're a battle rapper. It's like, you want
I'm
to
just so lucky, bro. I'm just lucky. That's all it is, man. Like I'm lucky to be from Montreal. Like I think my 5th battle was against Math because Feezy invested in that. That's a huge. He took an L on that event, you know, just to put me on, you know. So that's very, very lucky. If I was probably in any other city, I'd have a completely different come up. So you know, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I'm just lucky, bro. I'm blessed, you know, to have someone like Feezy around.
For real. Super inspiring.
Yeah, it's inspiring, bro, for real. And honestly, like with my new career, we took a break from the pod. Chrome 2 has a new job career kind of thing where we're both training at the same time in our respective fields. And there's just too much going on. I moved, like this is my old spot now. It's pretty empty in here. But like, you know, there's so much shit going on in my real life that the podcast kind of on hold for now. But we're going to be getting back to it for sure.
Yeah,
and
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
for anybody who hasn't seen it, it's just like good times with
man, and it's cool because with my new career, I'm like learning a lot more about myself and how to be the best Trevy and growth mindset and all that kind of shit. And and when I do get back in the ring or make music now, like I have my brain's firing, you know, because of what I'm doing at work. So get ready, bro. That's all.
So you're not retiring, which is great news.
No. I'm just busy. That's all. Busy, very busy.
This is very insightful because when I saw Trevy last in Thunder Bay, he said, and I quote, that my thing when I go battle is that I am a piece of shit, and they need to understand that I am a piece of shit when I battle. And that was his main focal point when he was talking to me about battling.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
going there to be a piece of shit.
Yeah, like if you book me on a league that I'm not part of, I'm 100% dissing it. Like, there's no way I'm not making fun of you. You know what I mean? Like, especially when I know the battle's gonna get 1,000 views, and you know, like none of the battles get 1,000 views, and there's 14 people there, and they all drive trucks. You know, like I'm gonna make fun of the shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just how it is. It's like when I went to Vancouver, bro, and I made fun of Vancouver. Like,
that's great.
You know, like they gave me an opportunity to go out there. They paid my shit. They let me stay. Sparka let me stay at his house, and then I still called everyone nerds and shit. So it's just how I am. It's just my persona, you know.
Killed it.
Now he's a motivated piece of shit, though. So watch out.
Not only that, I'm just a better version of myself, right?
Let's go.
And I'm slowly becoming better and better. And yeah, man, I don't know. Like maybe I won't be as big of a piece of shit. Maybe I'll just have crazier bars. But I kind of doubt it, you know.
Cool, but we're keenly tuned into the evolution of Machete Trevy. Do you think you know, something on the horizon, or are you sort of like just waiting, chilling right now, or is there anything you can tell us?
I literally have nothing booked. No one hits me up anymore, which is great. Yeah, I'm like a stay at home not father. I'm just I just stay at home, bro. Like no one hits me up anymore. I cut out all my toxic friends, anyone who used to waste my time. Anytime I used to waste money, I don't do that anymore.
Very fine.
What could I say, bro? The pandemic changed me in a really good way. How could I say? I got time to reevaluate myself, who I spend time on, who I spend money on. I made the necessary changes, and now I have a 6-figure job. And you know what I mean? What can I say? Like I'm just focused on me. I'm the only person who matters to myself right now. Everyone else could suck my dick. But yeah, no, if someone wants to book me and pay me money, like I'm with it, you know. But Feezy hasn't hit me up for this summer. I know we have an event coming up. Nothing's announced or any date or anything like that, but there's definitely an event this summer. Maybe I know he wants to get me a main event. It's just a matter of who and when, and you know what I mean. But
Amazing.
yeah, hopefully by like July, I should be like settled into my new place and my job, because I'm still going through a lot of stress at my job.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think by July I'll be pretty like in the mood to start battling again, or even consider it. Excuse me.
So here's a question for you. You're in a situation where Feezy's going to hit you up as a main event. Who is somebody that you want to battle that is of that caliber?
Yeah, so he asked me the same question. I think a sick main event in Montreal would be Rosenberg Raw right now. He's kind of on like a tear. I don't know who else, bro. I think like I whenever I answer this question, I feel like a spoiled kid, bro. Because like, to be honest, I don't deserve to battle any of these guys, you know, like in my head.
Yeah.
But like in the city's head, like I deserve all these matchups, and they just want to see quality matchups. They don't want to see, you know, me destroy one of the younger guys or the newer guys. Like it doesn't really make for a good battle. So I think people are more interested in just seeing like American rappers come and have a decent battle. But to be honest, like when I battled Marv, it was a trash battle on both of our parts. I was going through a lot and didn't put much into it. I guess him too, because he freestyled most of it. And, you know, I feel bad because once again, everyone came, Feezy invested. Feezy was pissed at Marv. He was pissed at me. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, he wasn't pissed at me. He didn't tell me nothing, but I could just tell, you know, like,
Sure.
we didn't deliver. Like, we didn't deliver the battle that I thought we should. So it, like, I want my next matchup to be more like how the Math matchup went, because Math actually took me fucking seriously and surprised the shit out of me. And I think I surprised him too by being way better than he thought I was going to be.
Yeah.
And when we polyed after the battle, he was like, yo, dude, like, I wasn't expecting you to be that good, like, or even like tall enough to look me like face to face and not be scared. Like, no, but for real though, because I don't know, I guess he was expecting to come bully some younger guy. And but his third round, man, I still watch his third round because he did his fucking research, and the whole round rhymes like on one rhyme scheme, and it's about my life. It was at the time of my life at the time, but like he really talked to me, you know, and like that's my favorite round ever used against me. And like to have someone like Math take me that seriously so young in my career, like I just want to have another battle of that caliber. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a name as big as Math, but just someone who would take it seriously. So I could say like Rosenberg Raw would probably take it seriously. Maybe like Loso or something. Like, I don't know, bro. Some like silly little matchup like that could be dope.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. Yeah, amazing. So obviously you're leading the charge here in Montreal and have been for a number of years, you and Chrome.
Chrome, I can say, does more numbers than me. So
what's the
he's not here though, so we can all shit talk him.
Right?
Yeah, he helped me move a mattress, a king size mattress. And as soon as everything was out of his truck, he was like, "Hey, fuck you." Even though I had a car full of shit, I was like, "Oh yeah, thanks." So I finished moving all my shit, and then I came back here to do this.
So when you guys are, oh, that was just now?
Yeah, it was just live. Like when you called me is when I was driving. Sorry, when you called me. When I first joined, I was driving home from my new place.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
So as the stewards, I mean, you know, you think about Montreal battle rap. I think most people think about Lopeshi and the brief, the short-lived KOTD division in Montreal.
Yo, shout out Lopeshi. Yeah,
shout out Lopeshi.
Yeah, I've been chilling with him lately. Like, I've been going to his spot, chilling with him, smoking with him. It's cool to build a relationship with him and talk about all that old shit, because I wasn't really. I mean, I was around, I was in the city, but I didn't give a fuck about battle rap at the time. So I wasn't around those events. Like, I know someone who battled at one of those events, but I didn't give a shit, you know, basically, long story short. Sure. So to like link up with him and like actually build a relationship with him and become friends with him was pretty dope. And shout out to Lowe's, yeah.
He gives you a lot of insight into, you know, the history and what's happened.
Yeah, exactly. The history and some stories, you know, like he's a legend, bro. Like, as much as, you know, shit went kind of left for him in battle rap and people talk shit about him and drag him, he's still a fucking legend. And he's a legend in Montreal, and he doesn't get his dues in Montreal either.
That's important. Yeah. to connect like that. Really cool, because they're totally different eras when you think about you and Chrome and what Lopeshi did. But when you go forward, do you see like let's be real, what's the talent development side of things like in Quebec right now? Are there up and comers that you think are people should keep an eye on, or
well, I mean, Sean is really good, but he's kind of been at it for a minute now, and he's kind of stepping away. I think he's checking out a little bit, which is kind of wild to me, because I don't know if you guys watch his battle with VIP. Like, that boy has bars. Like, he has new unique bars like that you never heard before.
You're talking about Napalm Sean?
Yeah, Sean, Napalm Sean. Yeah, sorry.
Sure.
Who's actually like one of my friends. Like, we used to be very, very close friends. Now we've kind of grown apart. He has kids and shit. But like, he's still my boy. We talk all the time, like through Messenger. We just don't get to chill. But like, he's one of the reasons I started battle rapping, because he got me into the new era of battle rap. Like, he showed me JC versus Chilla, and it fucking blew my mind. And like, you know, because I was a fan of battle rap way back, and then it became written and it was trash. So I was like, fuck this, and stopped watching and got more into like hip hop music, like way more into like, that's all I cared about was music. And then when I seen JC versus Chilla, I was like, oh shit, you could do that. Like, you could do that. And then I was like, with writtens, like, okay, like I fuck with it. And then I did my whole, like, I got into it. And then he's the one who really like helped me with my first battles and my approaches. And you know what I mean, yeah. So he's actually like very, very knowledgeable about battle rap, knows way more than me about battle rap and shit. So you see it in his material. Like, he's more of an introverted guy and like a secluded and a private person. So I think public speaking for him was like way harder. So his delivery is kind of like suffered from that. But he's actually made huge improvements in that aspect. Like, if you watch his battle with VIP that just dropped, he's not shy at all, bro. He's getting in his face. He's fucking, you know, he's not rushing through his material. He's taking his time with his material. So he's showing crazy improvement. And I think Sean is like best up in Montreal right now in terms of like fucking bars and shit and being like dangerous, you know, but he doesn't get booked on bigger leagues for whatever reason. I know he did a GZ or a PY against Revelations. Yeah. And it was like not his best performance, because he was so nervous, and everything I'm talking about that he fixed. Like, if you watch that battle, you'll see what I mean in between the two, like his most recent and then his older ones. You'll see what I mean. But his content has always been incredible, like incredible. Like, if you understand his bars, like they fucking woo, like he's on some next shit, you know?
That's
he's
dope.
like Tripper mixed with Jonai or some shit. I don't know. It's crazy.
And then for everything else, like when you're talking about these DMS events that are huge and, you know, mixing culturally with hip hop music and hip hop artists and things like that.
See, I'd say there's way more up and coming French artists. Like, the French scene in Montreal is way more popular than the English. Like, we're kind of left on the back burner. So to get like you guys, like, it's almost everyone else who watches the English side here, and then everyone here, no one watches the English shit, you know, like,
wow.
Like really, like it's they focus more on the French shit. But when we perform, you see that like they're receptive and they like it, like they still fuck with it. And you'd be surprised at how bilingual everyone is. Even the French rappers, like they listen to obviously English rap and understand English, and it's just that they're more comfortable to rap in French. Sure. So they don't really rap in English, and it's kind of like the same reason I don't rap in French is because I speak French, I can do it, but I just don't feel like myself, and I can't be myself, and I can't say like witty shit in French, you know, like I'm kind of just stuck with like a basic understanding. So I think it's the reverse for the French people, and like they understand what we're doing, and like, you know, I've heard my opponents talk shit about the crowd here, but it's actually like a crowd that is more unforgiving. Like, we'll boo you if you're fucking trash or you say something unacceptable. Like, not if you're trash. Like, if you're trash, just be like, what the fuck are you doing? But if you say like some racist shit or like some really weird shit that shouldn't belong in a battle, like our crowd will boo you. You know what I mean? As opposed to like every other crowd I've been that kind of finds that shit funny and edgy, and like would never boo anyone no matter how bad the shit is. Like, Montreal's not like that. We're real as fuck. And if you want reaction on DMS, you have to really build momentum and like actually hit a crazy punchline. They're not going to freak out for you saying like, just because there's wordplay in it, like they just don't care. You know what I mean? Like, they want to see like some crazy shit, some real shit. Like, the energy has to be there and the aura. Like, I don't know. It's a different league and it's a different vibe. And Montreal's a different city. I don't know if you guys really ever been in Montreal, but you will one day, and you'll see. You'll come to DMS. You'll find out.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I've got family there and I've been there, but the separation between English and French is such a unique, I want to say, dichotomy. Is that the right word?
Yeah, and you know what's cool? I think Fizi's the one who told me this. I don't know if it's actually accurate because of like Spanish and leagues and stuff, but apparently DMS is the only bilingual battle rap league in the world, like throwing like events with 2 languages. Like, I don't think that exists anywhere, unless you could correct me if I'm wrong. Cope, you'd be the guy who probably knows.
I think you're right. I mean,
yeah, like,
you know, if a flip top dabbles in the English speaking battles, it's not.
It's not like every card is bilingual.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so
that's
we're
really
the only.
Cool.
Yeah, that's fucking sick if you ask me. And like, you know, a lot of people talk shit about some people are like really like the people who are English here who refuse to speak French, or vice versa, like the French people who try and make a divide between English and French here. They're missing out because the fact that we could all speak 2 languages is something that like a lot of people don't have, you know. It's like a really dope thing. And when you talk to a Montrealer, you hear 2 Montrealers talk, on peut changer in between French and Anglais, just like that, you know, just comme ça. So it's like, it's weird, bro. You never see that shit nowhere else. Like, everyone could speak to each other in 2 languages at the same time. And it's like, everyone understands each other. And it's like, but it's also, everyone's a piece of shit. And everyone's like New York mini, you know, it's weird, bro. Like, everyone also like is fucking tired of everyone else's shit and is disgusting and fucking whatever, you know. City smells like piss and rigs.
Good old Montreal.
Yeah, fact.
Yo, here's a question I got for you.
What's up?
I had a bar against Chrome about the language police.
Yeah.
I don't really know anything about the language police.
It's not like an actual. It's not like an actual Fed. Like, it's not like a guy in a uniform will come pull up, but they have laws about languages here, and they just passed a new bill that intensifies all of that divide in between French and English. Exactly what I was telling you guys about like 2 minutes ago, where like if you don't respect each other's language, you're a weirdo. And like, you're focused on the wrong things. And like, I don't understand why Quebec would have laws about language. They control, like, they don't want you to be able to go, like, immigrants who come here now, who come to Montreal, if they don't learn French within 6 months, they can't speak to any government or hospital or nothing in English. They have to be addressed to in French. Like, it's learn French or get out kind of thing. And it's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, there's people who need places to live, and we need people to move here. So like, what are we all doing? Like, Canada's need to be accepting as many people as possible right now to grow our economy. And it's like, you're making people not want to come here, and you're making, like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, you're making English people like me question my future here. Like, I already know I want to move south where it's warm because I'm fucking sick of this shit. But like, I don't know why I live where it hurts to go outside, bro. But I've made my decision that like, I need to move to Florida or like something eventually, like Carolina or something, somewhere where it's just fucking warm all the year. But like, it just makes me not want to live here even more, bro. Like, as an English speaking Quebecer, I'm allowed to go to the government and speak English because I have English parents from here. And like, you know, I'm what's called now, I actually have a name now. It's a historic Anglophone. Like, it's the dumbest shit ever, bro. It's a language. You know what I mean? Like, just let people speak. Nowhere else in the world has laws about languages.
For sure. There's a lot of history there too, right? I mean, I remember.
Yeah, it's a big thing, bro. It's an on-site thing. Like, they actually hate English. Like, it's so stupid, bro. Like, why you guys hate each other? We're from the same place. We're on the same team. You know, like.
It's funny. I was talking to my dad about that because he's obviously Saint Jean.
He's from Saint Jean Richelieu.
Richelieu, yeah.
Oh yeah,
just butchering it. And I'm like, Dad, like, hey, Dad. He's like, mon fils, and I'm like, hey, Dad.
Oui, papa.
Peter Barassa. I asked him, you know, it's like, what's up with that? And do you think my ancestors would be like upset that I don't speak French? Yeah. And he's like, your ancestors would be thrilled that you speak English. Mm-hmm. Really, what's the history there? It's just so much that happened between the English and French at the creation of Canada, and that's really where it was. It's the cradle there in Montreal.
That's why it's sick, man. It's like, it's a bridge between 2 worlds, and it's like, it's been that. So like, learn both and learn as many languages as you can, bro, and be as cultured as possible. And why are you being a fucking weirdo? Why are you being closed-minded? You know, like,
Weirdo.
I don't know. People are weird, man. I think 9 out of 10 people aren't blessed with the gift of intelligence. So when you question what people are doing and why they're acting a certain way, just remember that, you know, there's a high chance that they're not blessed with the same gift you have, where you're able to put yourself in someone else's shoes and try and understand them. They don't even try and do that. So like they just in their own little world. So like, I don't know. It's just a weird way the world is right now. People aren't fucking stupid as fuck, bro.
Real shit.
Really fucking dumb. Like 9 out of 10, really fucking dumb.
Happy to be in that top 10%.
Yeah,
All
for
the
sure.
time.
Along with all of our fans that are watching.
Everybody
Yeah.
watching.
Maybe not the fans, but you know, some of them.
The
Some
ones
of
who
them.
watch this show.
Yeah, I mean, like they know who they are because they're empathetic and they can look at the world and not be concerned with shit like that. You know, like shit about like language. Like, of course, your ancestor would be happy because they weren't fucking weirdos. You know, like I don't know. And to answer your question about the language police, it's more so like there's laws about if your fucking signs have smaller English letters than the French letters, like you're good. But if you have like a sign where they're the same size or English is first, like you're gonna get a ticket from the language police. But it's just like an inspector that people call. Like people get like salty, and there's like a hotline number that you can call and report like fucking shit like that too.
Yeah,
And they'll
Like,
come
province full of
and give you a
snitches,
fine.
bro.
Yeah, bro, it's super weird. Like it's like that's what I'm saying. Like it's mad. Like imagine doing that with your day, bro. Like imagine you saw. Like I remember there was pasta. They have to change that. Like there was a whole beef about the word pasta because it has to be in French, pot. And like everywhere it said pasta, you know, like everywhere, just like on the side of restaurants, it would say just pasta, like, you know, like pizza, pasta, fucking submarines or whatever, you know, and they got big mad, bro, and everyone had to change it to pot with a fucking A with the little hat on it, like pot. Bro, I have the funniest shit. I posted on my Facebook. I always fucking, whenever it comes up in my memories, I reshare it. It's like street signs. It was called like Basin Street, like Street of Basins or something. And they changed it to Rue des Bassins. Okay. But they didn't just take the sign off and put a new sign on. They took the sign, that they left the old sign and crossed it out with a red line and then put a second sign on. Bro, it's insane. Like, it's crazy. It's such a waste of money. It's so corrupt, bro. Montreal's the most corrupt shit. I'm not Montreal. Well, yeah, Montreal, but Quebec too. Like, the shit is just super corrupt, bro. Our streets are made of complete garbage. The city is made of complete garbage. We'll redo a main artery highway in our city. It'll take 3 years. And then a year later, they'll be like, oh, they used bad material, so they have to go back and fix it again. And you're like, bro, we never get to drive on the fucking highways because they're always being redone. Everything's fucking cracking. Like, the roads are so shit, bro. It's crazy.
Selling the shit out of Montreal right now. What would some battlers look forward to if they were coming to Montreal to battle for DFS?
The food, the women, I'm not gonna say the weather. The food, the women. If you're lucky, it would be a nice day. Like if you come in the summer, it's nice. But yeah, man, like it just the vibe. Like go to the mountain, chill, smoke. There's enough shit to do in Montreal. There's a lot of nightlife. Like people are out at all hours of the night if you like that. So, and there's the best restaurants, I think. Like every time I travel, I'm a little bit disappointed and I kind of miss home. And that's probably going to be a problem one day, but if I want to leave, but whatever, you know, like anytime you have greasy food outside of Quebec, it's just like, what am I doing? Like, why am I wasting money? Like, it's just not as good. Like I might as well just eat like a salad or something.
Terrible.
But yeah, man, what about you guys? Like,
That's it.
what about you guys?
Yeah, Montreal's dope. I don't know where are you at, Pat? You live in Calgary?
I'm not in Calgary. I'm a little north of Calgary. I'm in Innisfail.
Right.
Bro, I'd be calling you people at work.
Really?
Yeah, bro, I fucking have to cold call business owners.
Oh, business owner. I was gonna say if it's like actual people, you're gonna get nothing but old people because that's pretty much everyone that lives here is just old
bro, I
people.
get fucking murked in Alberta by old people. Like, fuck you.
They're not very nice, but yeah, it's that's where I'm at.
Some are nice. Edmonton people are nice. How far are you from Edmonton?
About an hour. I'm literally smack dab in the middle of Edmonton and Calgary. It takes me an hour to get.
Isn't that Lethbridge or Red Deer or something?
Red Deer. Yeah, I'm 10 minutes out of Red Deer.
Okay. Fire.
Geography's on point. Yeah, no, I have respect for everybody on the east side of those mountains. You guys have to deal with some crazy weather, and I don't.
Yeah, Vancouver was sick when I went, bro. It was the middle of winter and it was still green everywhere and moss. And
Shit.
it's so nice.
Warm. That's why all the homeless people are here, because it's like sleep on the street. It's fucking great.
They're here too, bro. I don't know what they're doing here. They need to
They need to get to Vancouver.
They're in my lobby in this building.
And 9 out of 10 right there. Yeah, I mean, damn, really cool to hear from you and hear about what's happening with DMS. We'll keep an eye out for announcements for a summer event. Really love the idea of you headlining a big event and getting another name out there, and bringing some more attention.
We'll see. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and the new talent that comes out of there that you guys are developing.
Yeah, Sean, dope. Fuck, man, I don't know. There's I want to say everyone else, but they keep letting me down, bro. Like, I want to promote all the new guys in DMS, but they kind of let me down sometimes. Like,
let them come into their own, right?
They let Feezy down. They let everyone down. It's like, come on, take it seriously. Like, take it more. Like, you guys have a sick platform. All you have to do is really apply yourself, and you'll be getting sick. But like, Feezy will fucking put you on, dog. Like, and me and Foam will put you on, and like, we'll care about you, and we'll. You know what I mean? We'll like do anything we can to make more artists pop in Montreal battle rap wise. And like no one's like just stepping into it. Like you just have to want it enough, you know, and it just feels like everyone's playing games sometimes.
Yeah,
like
you really don't know what you got.
Was that?
Sorry, you really don't know what you got until it's gone.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. It just takes someone to take it serious. So battlers across Canada and shit, or even the States, and like try and get popping on DMS, like you'll probably like if you could get known. Like there's a lot of guys from like Raiden did it. Who else did it? Gravity did it. Like these obscure fucking battlers from other leagues. Shane Mack too did it, where he came to DMS like multiple times on his own dime, but like DMS was like so supportive of them just because they had a basic really give a fuck about battling aura. And, we just want that. Like the crowd is just hungry for people to spaz, and like I'm sick of people pulling up and choking and being garbage. Like it's not good not having crazy punches. Like write some shit that matters, and fucking say it. Like say some shit that in a few years when you watch it back, you're going to be like, oh shit, I said that. Like that's actually dope. Not, oh fuck, I wish I never said any of this garbage, so, or look at me choking on camera. I don't even watch it once. Like
that's fun.
You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I just wish there was more just battlers that came to DMS on their own dime just to because eventually it'll pay off. That shit pays off. I went to fucking Toronto on my own dime like fucking 4 or 5 times before I even got my GZ, like, or did a PY, and then that PY I accepted a shit battle like a PY, and it got pushed to GZ. So like, and then I did everything. I think when I went to Vancouver, I'm pretty sure I paid my way there, and like. I just had somewhere to stay. Like I stayed, so I didn't get paid for that. Like I think
I still owe you a battle. I'm pretty sure that it's still on my ledger.
One day, bro. Like what I mean. But what I'm just saying is like people should come to Montreal and battle in this league because you'll get so much support and the crowd will be crazy and like it would just be sick, And yeah, man, come true, everyone.
Dope shit. I think that's it. We're over time and we got. Really appreciate having you on, jumping on half of the Glock Party podcast for today. It was great. It's better than last time.
Hopefully we get the whole Glock in here one day.
Eventually, we just need to keep doing shows and we'll make that happen. But yeah, people follow you on social media. Where are you at?
Machete Trevy. Just Google who is Machete Trevy and you'll see everything.
Reddit /Machete Trevy.
I think I deleted my old shit and fucking like I got too mad and made too many comments, that I didn't want existing on the internet. So I just deleted that shit. And then because bro, people would get me so heated, bro. Like, why are you
they're the worst.
But anyways, like I was just like fuck this, and I deleted the shit because I'm able to do that and not care anymore.
Yeah.
And then I made a fucking a next one with like an underscore. So it's Machete _Trevy. I don't really thing are going on there that much anymore, but
upvote all his posts. Let's go. Upvote all his posts.
Yeah, facts. Go upvote. Let's go. Reddit, dog. You guys are my boys. You guys remember me. I was one of the with Simplify.
Wow, Simplify.
Yeah, he was fire, bro.
Wow, man.
Where's he at? What's he doing? What's he dealing with? He's probably rich.
I assume they have all like alternates and shit like that. Yeah,
nah, I bet you he's rich, bro. I bet you he's fucking like he has $6 million in the bank account.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody cool is left on the forum.
No, probably not, eh?
That era is.
I remember when there was like those weekly fucking posts and people would write bars. Like I used to write bars into that shit. I wish I kept my account. I would have been able to see all the good bars I used to write. Because I don't write bars anymore. I just fucking freestyle on stage, you know?
Shocks the Rebel would show up. That was dope.
Yeah, Shocks, bro. Like when I went to fucking London, because I went to London and just to support the event when Chrome battled Hub. And when Shocks seen me, I was like, yo, Shocks, like, I'm Machete Trevy, what's good? And he was like, bro, I know who you are. No. He's like, why the fuck didn't you tell me like you were coming? I would have booked you on a battle. And I was like, I don't know, bro. Like, I didn't really know. I don't know you. So I'm not just going to hit you up asking for a battle. But next time you have a card, like, and you think of me, hit me up, you know? Now you know who I am. Because I work the other way around, you know? I don't hit people up on the internet and then want to work with them. Like, to me, it's kind of weird. I'd rather go to an event, meet the person, and then after like we kicked it a little bit, then I'll hit them up like, yo, what's good, kind of thing. That was sick the other day, whatever. Let's like, you know, poly. And when I first got in the scene, I think that's the thing people forget is like you have to spend your own money going to other leagues to make a name for yourself, so that one day when little shit leagues want to book you, they pay you a lot of money.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah, and then you just diss their shitty league and take their money. And it's
this
fun.
is a man who understands how battle rap works. This is a man who's been.
But I do it. I'm trash because I should have done it. Like I should go to the States. Like I just did it on a Canadian level, and Canada's kind of trash compared like to the magnitude of American battle rap. You know, like there's way more leagues. There's every state has leagues in every fucking city, and like there's so much more competition and there's so much more exposure. Like if Drake's making events in the States kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like you really get noticed for battle rap in the States. So the smart move would be to go battle more in the States. And I think that's why I haven't been doing anything. It's just because I haven't been getting hit up by anyone in the States, bro. And that's what I really want.
We're just coming out of the pandemic too. You probably, you know, there's border issues, people booking Canadian talent. It's like a big question mark.
Yeah, it's just stupid. But no one ever really hit me. I remember when I did the iBattle and they vaulted my footage. They vaulted my shit, and I wanted to go back to New York. Like, I want to go back to New York. I think I have connects and shit that could get me on We Go Hard. I think that would be dope. I think they would really fuck with me on We Go Hard or some shit like that, like some PG shit, a proving ground. Like, I really want to do like a proving grounds or whatever. However you get on URL, like that would be sick, you know?
Yeah. No Mercy runs a trap New York. Definitely.
Yeah, I need to do some shit like that, bro, because people underestimate my presence and my aura when I'm in person, you know, like they think it's a joke and then they're like, oh fuck, you know, this guy's actually who he, like, I just add no filter on myself, you know, I just am who I am.
Kills it.
So like, I'm not scared or like whatever. It is who it is, you know? And people like might think I'm a bit corny with some of my material, but you're never going to say anything to me when you see me. Like, you're going to be like, actually like, okay, yeah, this guy's actually sick. Like you know, like whatever. It's just, it is what it is. And that's why the good battlers respect me, and I have low views. You know what I mean? Because people are just, I don't know.
That's the way. That's the best way.
See me in person, you know?
So
that's what it has to be.
Play some basketball. We've gone way over time.
Yeah.
And
don't fucking stop my time.
But as we conclude this episode, also want to give a shout out to G-Show, who's supposed to be with us today from Glock. He is in the hospital right now, and we are sending him all of the best vibes. And know that he's going to jump out of there real quick and be back in top 4. But that's all we have for this week. Remember to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and join the Discord link in the sidebar of the Reddit subreddit.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, thanks
I miss you both a lot.
We will come rock out very soon.
Come Montreal.
Let's do it.
All right.
Some poutine, some sugar pie, some Saint-Hubert. Thanks, everybody.
Not eating that dumb shit.
Thanks everybody for watching, and click the like and subscribe, and we will. He just left.
Peace.
And we'll catch you next week. I fucking snorted.
He's so funny. Holy fuck.
We'll catch you next week. Bang bang.
Peace out, everyone.